Hey everybody, welcome back to D-Money Entertainment. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite planes in War Thunder. This thing really honestly helped me get all the way up the German tech tree up to about 4.3 before I moved on to the next 109. It is one of my favorites. It's an iconic plane and very similar to the life that it had in reality. It is a pretty lethal machine in War Thunder. Now, before we get started on really talking about the E-4's place in War Thunder, I'm going to give you a real brief history kind of over where the E-4 comes from and its impact in history. The Bf-109 was designed by Willy Messerschmitt, and its first flight took place in 1935. The E-series, or Emil as it was referred to, first took service in 1939. Now, our boy Willie knew how to design an aircraft. The Bf-109 was made to be sleek, deadly, and fast. This was an air superiority fighter that dominated the skies over the English Channel during the Battle of Brittain for quite some time. This thing was meant to go toe-to-toe with the Spitfires, one of the most iconic planes of World War II. The improvements that were made to the E-4 consisted of a new DB601 engine that provided approximately 1,100 horsepower. This engine not only made it to where the plane could climb faster, but its performance at a higher altitude also was improved. The E-4 also packed a punch as it carried two 20mm cannons that were able to carry Minigeschosse. Well, I can't really say that word very well. Maybe I got it right, but this round was renowned for the way that it just blew apart anything that it hit in the air. If there was a bomber or a fighter, it didn't matter. If these rounds connected with the target, it was devastating to the airframe. Another very minor change that was made was the canopy had a little bit of a design overhaul that made for better visibility and had a better structural integrity compared to the past models. Now, this plane came just in time for a vast ramping up of Germany's military air power, and so it not only saw combat in France, but it also saw a ton of action in the Battle of Brittain in 1940. This design was simplified for a better mass production, and I don't know if you know this, but the Bf-109 was probably one of the most mass-produced airframes in history. Once the 1940s rolled by, the Battle of Brittain came to a close with a big failure on the Luftwaffe's side. Most of the E-4s were sent down south to Africa to fight in that theater of war. Now, just to give you some really quick ups and then some downs about the Bf-109, this plane boasted the brand new DB601 engine, and this made it to where it had a higher speed than previous models and a better climb rate. This was a great fighter at high altitudes, and part of the way that the Battle of Brittain was fought really was with a lot of high altitude fighting, and the E-4 was a master in this area. So it was really deadly for the British to overcome, and it was a real challenge. The pilots of the Spitfire had to not only deal with this constant threat of the Bf-109 over the channel, they also had to figure out how to fight these guys because their planes were just really, really good, the best at the time. Now, the Bf-109 is versatile in multiple combat environments. You can also see, like in this video, for example, that you can carry a bomb in War Thunder, and in real life it was known for doing that. It had a great roll right. I sound like I'm Australian, man. Great roll rate for dogfighting. So this plane really was tough to deal with. However, nothing in this world is impenetrable. Nothing in this world is invincible. The Bf-109 had a short range. It could only stay over the UK for about 20 minutes during the Battle of Brittain, so it was a very short time in the area of operation. The narrow undercarriage made it a little bit tough to land. Don't really deal with that in War Thunder. It's really easy to land in War Thunder. That limited rear visibility despite the canopy improvement was a problem as well, because there is a armored plate behind you and it's a little blocky behind you. You can actually see that in War Thunder as well. But the fuel system was also very vulnerable. There was no such thing as self-sealing tanks as far as regular production. It's a very specialized piece of equipment, so it wasn't widespread, and they were prone to taking damage to the fuel tanks, which, as we all know, causes fires. So in War Thunder, where does this thing fall in? Now, I personally love flying the Bf-109 E-4 as an air superiority fighter. and really kind of sticking to that. Like, if I jump into a ground match with the E4, I'm not going to be going after anybody on the ground for an extended period of time. My 20mm are not going to penetrate enough to damage most tanks out there, and also I just get one bomb. So if I'm going to spend a lot of time focusing on the ground, I'm going to be deliberate in what I'm going after, you know, like soft targets such as AA trucks, especially like the Russian gas, or open top M10s. That's about the heaviest tank you're going to be able to destroy, because it's got that open top. Now there's other stuff in the game in that BR that has an open top that you can target, but you're wasting your time. I mean, just drop your bomb and then focus on air superiority. And that takes me into where the Bf-109 E-4 truly shines, and that is as a fighter. This is an energy fighter. You are not meant to go toe-to-toe with anybody. Don't get into a turn fight with a Spitfire. Don't go after a Corsair thinking that because it's big and heavy, you're going to be able to outturn it. You'd be surprised at what some of these Corsair pilots are able to do. F8F pilots, these guys know their planes. They know a lot of times exactly how hard they can push their plane, but the biggest thing that they have is 50 caliber guns are just so lethal. They have a quick travel time as far as velocity and getting to you, so it's way easier for those guys to get rounds on you. You pretty much just have your little tiny 7.92 machine guns and your 20mm, and those 20mm rounds take quite a bit of time to get to whatever target you're shooting at. So lead time is one thing, but don't get into turn fights. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Get up to, I would say, 3,500 meters to 5,000 meters, and then just patrol. And then from there, you choose who's the highest. If there's a Spitfire above you or a P-51, climb. Turn around, climb, get above him, take him out, and then go down. Anything else besides that, you're probably going to set yourself up for failure. The Bf-109 is fantastic, man. I mean, flying this thing in dogfights, I have so many games where I was able to not only get an ace, but taking the top spot really was just by playing smart with this plane. And everybody knows what you're capable of in a Bf-109. The moment that they see you, if you're above them, they're turning. Period. They're not going to even try to pretend that, or make themselves think that you're a brand new player that doesn't know what they're doing. Almost anybody is going to see you and turn around. Do me a favor. Don't be that person that uses this plane to go straight into the center of the map, straight towards the entire enemy team. That is not what you want to do. That's not how you play the Bf-109 E-4. Climb. Climb, climb, climb. Please, if you learn anything from this video, climb. And if you like this video, make sure to press the like button down at the bottom. If you want to see more of my content, please subscribe. And why don't you go ahead and comment below and let me know what plane or tank that you want to see from War Thunder next. One love, guys. Thank you so much.